Okay, for analysis, we're now turning to Abel Ejikeme, Rise News National Assembly correspondent, who is from our offsite studios here in Abuja. Hello, Abel. Yeah, you're welcome to
Hello,
News
Mr.
Night.
President.
Tell us
Good
that about what we know about the senators who've visited the UK for a conference and returned only last Monday. What do we know about them?
Yeah, we are very much aware that some senators and House of Representative members visited the UK to attend a skills and career support training program in London. Many of them returned on Monday last week and could not actually follow up the precautionary measures as advised by the NCDC. Some were seen just 24 hours later in the chambers. Some shook hands with their fellow lawmakers. Some were also seen on Tuesday as well as Wednesday. But on Thursday, that was when they had a closed session with the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, directing all the lawmakers who had attended that training in London to either go for the compulsory COVID-19 test or self-isolate in their various homes. This also tells you that some of these lawmakers do not actually carry out these measures as prescribed by the NCDC. Like what happened today, we saw a lawmaker, Senator Adamu Abdullahi, who was about to, while putting on his face mask, removed it and sneezed, which caused a kind of uncontrollable laughter in the chamber, with some of the senators even scrambling for safety, kind of. So this kind of tells you that these lawmakers need to actually follow these steps as advised by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control. Christian?
Abel, but have we gotten any report of, the test results on these senators? The way you've painted it, it's sort of gloomy, because not just the senators would have to go for testing, but virtually all the senators and the staff that they came in contact with. Abel?
Yeah, yes, you're very right, Christian, there, because just like before the plenary resumed today, there was palpable fear in the National Assembly with lawmakers and their aides as well, not being sure of who was contacted the virus, who these lawmakers have come in contact with. So there was this fear in the National Assembly, but we cannot actually confirm if these lawmakers have carried out these tests or if they've even self-isolate themselves. What we know is that just like what was played earlier, the Chairman Senate Committee on Health, as Senator Ibrahim Oloriegbe, addressed journalists today after plenary and said, to the best of his knowledge, none of the lawmakers who came back from London had tested positive. We've tried to put calls across to some of these lawmakers, but without any response. We've also sent text messages to them, but they've not also responded to these calls. So we're just waiting to see if before the end of the week, if we're going to get feelers as to what is going on with these lawmakers who've just returned from the UK. So, Christian?
Yes, Abel, a very unholy rumor also making the rounds on social media about the passing on of the distinguished senator from Northern Cross River Senatorial District, who passed on as a result of some other ailments away from coronavirus. You want to confirm that it wasn't the dreaded COVID-19 that, took a life?
Yeah, that's Senator Rose Oko, she's actually had this protracted illness for quite a while. She's been missing from plenary for quite a while as well. She's been in London. She's been in a medical facility in the UK receiving treatment, but couldn't make it. It actually has nothing to do with coronavirus. She's had a case of, people say cancer, some people have said physical ailment, but what we know is that she has been ill for a very, very long time, and she's been in the UK struggling with this illness, and she couldn't just make it. But it has absolutely nothing to do with coronavirus, and that's actually one of the major reasons why the Senate adjourned for 2 weeks to mourn one of their colleagues, Senator Rose Oko.
Thanks so very much, Abel, for that clarification. But earlier, during the course of our discussion, you talked about that senator whose name is Senator Abdullahi Adamu. Can we just quickly see that video and see the kind of danger that senators might just be facing?
The president mentioned in our closed session, we have been able at one time or other to get in touch with her. I have been speaking with her until her illness became quite protracted. May her soul rest in peace.
I don't know if a lot of us saw that, but Senator Abdullah Adamu was sitting to the right of the screen. Let's just take another look again.
The president mentioned in our closed session, we have been able at one time or other to get in touch with her. I have been speaking with her until her illness became quite protracted. May her soul rest in peace.
Okay, well, I just couldn't hold back laughing too, but this is a very serious matter that, like, even the lawmakers aren't observing the precautionary measures of how to, you know, bring out spills and the rest, coughing and... Abel, I mean, well, the gallery wasn't open for journalists then, I'm sure. If not, you all would have scampered for safety.
You're very right there, Christy. You're very right. I was actually expecting Abdullah to actually move his elbow in a V shape and sneeze, but he didn't do that. He actually pulled down his face mask and sneezed and pulled it up back. What's the essence of putting on a face mask if you can sneeze there? After that's why you're putting it on then to other than spread it. Well, yeah, you could see Senator Sabi Abdullahi there kind of laughing, and there was another senator by his side, I think Senator Gobi, who actually moved away and said no, he couldn't just put up with that kind of attitude. So these are the kind of things that we see there. And yes, the gallery wasn't open. It's been under lock and keys. We were in the press center where we saw that on the screen or so, Christian.
Before you go, the National Assembly has been shut. This could definitely have been one of the reasons to shutting the entire National Assembly down for another 2 weeks. Quickly.
Yeah, you're very spot on there, Christian. It's when I got to the National Assembly this morning, like I said earlier, there was palpable fear. Everyone was putting on a face mask, having gloves on their hands. You could just see people trying to prevent these. Prevent contacting this COVID-19 or coronavirus. Yes, this has ultimately led to the shutting down of the National Assembly for 2 weeks. And yes, we're just going to wait and see if something good will actually come out from this, and if the COVID-19 will just fizzle away. Christian.
All right, thanks so very much. Abel Ejikeme, Arise News National Assembly correspondent there, updating us with the latest from there.